Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Work in Ottawa webinar. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Sahar Kazmi. I am the Talent Attraction Strategist working on the talent team at Invest Ottawa. I am joined by Kim Vanderhorst, who is the co-host for this particular session. Unfortunately, Kim is not feeling the best. So I will be presenting today, talking about Ottawa, what all is happening in Ottawa. And then our guest presenter today is Sienna Harmery, who is a business development strategist here at Invest Ottawa, working with a wide portfolio of cybersecurity clients. So she's going to be talking about all things cybersecurity, and she's going to be giving us overviews and insights, and also talk about the employers that are currently hiring in this particular sector in the city of Ottawa. So we're going to get started, but before we do, land acknowledgement. Invest Ottawa acknowledges that our organization located in Ottawa is on the unceded, unsurrendered territory of the Anishinaabe Algonquin Nation, whose presence here reaches back to time immemorial. We honor their long history of welcoming many nations to this beautiful territory. So talking about Invest Ottawa, I'm going to talk about what it is that we're doing here. Invest Ottawa is the lead economic development agency for Canada's capital, and the main purpose is to facilitate economic growth and job creation in the city of Ottawa. So the vision is simply to help realize Ottawa's full potential as a globally recognized, innovative, and future-ready city, and to position it as the best place to live, work, learn, and play. So Work in Ottawa is Invest Ottawa's global talent program, the talent program that Kim and I are part of. And we are a fully funded, city-funded program, funded by the city of Ottawa. So all the services that we're providing to our employers are completely free of cost. And we promote Ottawa's tech employers, and we also support talent looking for work in the region of Ottawa. So as part of this initiative, what we're doing is that we're partnering with Ottawa-based tech employers, and they can post jobs on our job board and reach out to the job seekers from our talent pool. So all the services that we're providing, including access to the talent pool, or providing services such as employer branding or providing talent market insights. Some of the few that I'm mentioning here, they're all completely free of cost. And the vision is simply to help talented professionals find opportunities in Ottawa's tech sector and be connected to employers within this sector. So in terms of the very many initiatives that Work in Ottawa is currently undertaking to promote not only Ottawa's tech sector and the various employers that we have in the city here, we're also making it easier for you, the talent, to find various career opportunities. And we're doing that through all these initiatives or activities that we've mentioned here. We feature 10 companies in our hiring blog, known as the 10 Companies Hiring Blog monthly, where we highlight the employer's brand. We talk about what the company does, the perks that they offer, and then we highlight the opportunities that they currently have open. So in this way, not only are we presenting the employer brand to you, we're also providing you with opportunities and letting you know of the companies that are hiring here in Ottawa. Our monthly newsletter with tech news and job postings is also another initiative that we're undertaking, through which you, the talent, is kept up to date with all that is happening within the various tech sectors in Ottawa. And then if you follow us on LinkedIn in our Work in Ottawa page, we are posting tech and non-tech jobs every month over there as well, along with other key updates and insights about what is happening in the city related to tech. So if you have work experience in the tech sector, but not in a directly aligned tech role, but you've worked in, say, sales, marketing, even HR, if you're looking for jobs like that within the tech sector, you will be able to find those through some of the job posting or job alerts that we post both in our newsletter and also in our LinkedIn page. And then we also host bi-monthly career events. So those career events could be webinars where we put a spotlight on, the various sectors that we have within this industry and talk about them, or we can do an employer spotlight or an in-person event. But there is always something going on within Invest Ottawa and within the talent realm of Invest Ottawa as well. We have a lot of resources for immigrants, people who are looking to migrate from, say, within Canada, from a different city in Canada to Ottawa, and also immigrants who are coming from outside of Ottawa, outside of Canada, and they're looking to find some settlement resources or resources, say, if they want to learn a language, say French or English, if those are not their French first languages, then we provide a good amount of resources on our workinottawa.ca webpage. So all our community partners that we work with who do provide these kind of services are mentioned there, along with the kind of support that they can provide the talent who is looking to migrate to Ottawa. And then, of course, our talent pool is to be sourced by top tech employers. They post their jobs there. The jobs are also posted on our website, workinottawa.ca, and you can find out, all that is happening in terms of the career opportunities that are being offered to you. So immigration support is also a service that we are not directly providing per se, but what we've done is that we partner with Green and Spiegel, which is Canada's largest and oldest immigration law firm. We're not lawyers. We don't know all the nitty-gritties of the law. So that's why we partnered with Green and Spiegel, and they've been assisting, a diverse clientele from multinationals to small businesses to individuals. So if you have any questions or queries, or you require some information, do check out their website, because through their website you can find a lot of information as well, and also ways to connect with them. So enough about Invest Ottawa and what it is that we're doing there. Let's talk about why Ottawa. Why should you move to Ottawa? What makes Ottawa so special as compared to the other Canadian cities? The National Capital Region, a lot of innovation happening here. Currently, we have 1.52 million people residing here. Out of them, over 844,000 are in the workforce, 94,000 employed in the tech sector, and we have 1,800 plus knowledge-based businesses. And also, Ottawa is known as the capital Canadian city for IoT. So lots of innovation, lots of development, lots of growth happening here. And you'll constantly hear me and Sienna use these words because there is a lot of happening here in Ottawa. In terms of the square kilometer or the land area that Ottawa covers, it's larger than Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver, Calgary, and Edmonton combined. So if you look at the map, it is a pretty large area, and it comes as a surprise to all of us, because when you think of larger cities, you automatically think of Toronto and Montreal, Vancouver. But here we have, solid facts and figures where Ottawa is covering a lot of land area. So in terms of that, we have quite a few different neighborhoods. You have your old established neighborhoods like Old Ottawa South, or, if you're interested in staying in the middle of things and you like the hustle and bustle of city life, then we have our downtown core offering, everything to you, from restaurants to nightlife to family-friendly activities as well within the city center. And if you are French-speaking and looking to move to a Francophone part of the city, then the east side might work for you if you're looking to immigrate to Ottawa, because Orleans and the area on the east side is more Francophone. So there's lots of things going on and lots that the city has to offer in terms of both career opportunities and the quality of life. So Talking about our tech sectors, we have all these amazing tech sectors here. We've had webinars where we highlighted the software, telecom sectors previously. Aerospace and defense webinar took place quite recently, and Sienna is going to be talking about cybersecurity today and giving you details regarding that. So it is a very diverse ecosystem that we have, but there is a lot of collaboration going on between the different sectors, and not just collaboration between the different sectors, but collaboration with our post-secondary institutes as well as the government as well. So lots of research and development going on in our universities as well as within the government too. And then talking about Canada North, if you have the opportunity, if you're from Ottawa and have visited that space, or if you're moving here, we would advise you to take a little drive around this particular part of Ottawa, because this is Canada's largest tech park. So it is home to over 540 plus companies. There are over 33,000 skilled employees currently working there, and the numbers are expected to grow. So when you're driving down there, you will see, because some of the names might not seem familiar to you, but some of them might be. So companies are ranging in sizes from 5,000 employees to small startups to your multinationals like Nokia, Ericsson, Cisco, all of that. And it is also the birthplace of some game-changing companies such as Mitel, UITV, and Saba Software. So talking about more stats and figures here, currently Ottawa has the highest concentration of tech talent in North America, standing at 12%. There has been a growth of 51.7% in the past 5 years within this sector. It is the third ranked cities in terms of top cities in terms of quality of living in all of North America. Currently, we have 20 million people living within 400 kilometers of Ottawa, which is more than Toronto and Montreal again. And Ottawa is also recognized as having the second lowest cost of living in any city of Canada. So apart from all that is being offered in terms of career opportunities and quality of life, a low cost of living is definitely one of the key attractive features of a city like Ottawa. And then for all these reasons and a few more that we're going to be discussing, Ottawa is one of the greatest places to live, lots of things to do, very family friendly, and also a nice, relaxed pace of life. That's what you can definitely find in this city of ours. So in terms of population diversity, population diversity is 10% higher than the Canadian average. So if you're looking to build connections, both social and personal, I'm sure you're going to find something or someone or some like-minded people. Once you start residing here, the only thing is going to be that it is going to take lots of networking and you stepping out of your comfort zone. But you will find somebody or some activities that do work for you. In terms of quality of life, we have, we spoke about diversity of population. We have a very diverse culture as well. 7 national museums, 32 art galleries, and 180 annual festival fairs and events, all celebrating the diverse cultures that we have. In terms of museums and national art galleries, there are a few that do offer free entry on Thursdays, either between 5 to 7 or 5 to 8. So if you're interested in going and just checking out, some art or some historical artifacts, then you can do so free of cost as well. And then lots of festivals and fairs take place during summer in different pockets of the city. So there's lots always going on in downtown, but there's also a lot going on in different parts of the city. So it's just about finding out what's happening where. You can do that through various Facebook groups. But you can also do that by checking out some of the blogs that we've posted, where we're talking not only tech, but we're also talking about life in Ottawa. So do be sure to check those out on our workinottawa.ca page. And then more than just a city, Ottawa is also world famous for its outdoor activities. So we have activities going on throughout the year. For summers, we have lots of biking trails, hiking trails, over 1,300 parks. But we have a lot of activities going on during winters as well, with our Rideau Canal becoming the world's largest outdoor skating rink. And offering people the opportunity to commute to work as well using this canal. So if you live in downtown and your office is close by, we've seen people who have actually commuted to work by skating on the canal, which is something very interesting and very different for a lot of people commuting to work via a canal or a skating rink. And then we also have various cross-country ski trails. So if you are interested in winter activities, then there is lots happening in winter as well, because as you know, Canadian winters are very, very long. So based on all those facts and figures, based on all the activities that we have going on, Ottawa has been voted as the second most family-friendly city in Canada. It has a lot of good schools, a lot of good neighborhoods, a good sense of community as well. And I personally like Ottawa, living in Ottawa a lot. So now enough about Ottawa. I'm going to hand it over to Sienna, the part of the presentation that you've all been waiting for, and she's going to be talking about the cybersecurity sector. So over to you, Sienna.
Thank you, Sahar. Well, it's great to meet all of you. I do recognize a few names in the chat. So if we've met already, great to see you again. If we haven't, fantastic to meet you. So as Sahar said, I'm the business development specialist for cybersecurity here at Invest Ottawa. This means I manage our program for supporting and engaging with cybersecurity companies and any organizations that operate in that sector here. Today I'll be sharing about Ottawa's robust cybersecurity sector and potential employment opportunities for those of you who are interested in working in it, or if you're working for universities here as well and looking to find talent, or working for local companies looking to find talent. In a nutshell, the National Capital Region is Canada's cybersecurity cluster, supported by significant cybersecurity expertise and innovation. So let's get into it. So this slide here is just a bit of an overview of a couple of trends that we're seeing in cybersecurity today. As many of us know, cybercrime is rising at an exponential rate, projected to reach $11 trillion in annual costs by this year. If we look at even just last year, we've seen London Drugs, CrowdStrike, Giant Tiger, and many others, WestJet more recently, stand as testaments to the rising dangers of cybersecurity risks like data breaches on companies' operations. And these rises in cyber threats are driving demand for cybersecurity services, not just in Canada, but around the world. In Ottawa, it's a fast-growing industry, growing at 8% annually. And in Ottawa, we have around 100 companies in the National Capital Region, including both more established cybersecurity firms as well as many innovative startups. So yeah, just a couple of trends that we see on the slide here that I'd like to highlight are AI and cybersecurity, quantum security, and data or cloud sovereignty and security that are shaping the future of the sector. Both AI and quantum are creating unprecedented cybersecurity threats, but also new and exciting innovation opportunities. We're seeing a lot of companies using AI to do 24/7 monitoring, for example. We also see innovations happening in quantum security, both on the software and hardware sides, to prepare for the future of quantum computing. And on the data sovereignty side, recent tensions with the United States, I don't think I need to go into that, but it's pushed a bit more for the Canadian government to support Canadian data sovereignty, and also seeing that as critical to protecting our national security. Let's go to the next slide. This is just a bit of a visual. This is definitely not all of the companies that we have in Ottawa, but this is just a bit of a visual of some of the key industry players. Some of these are later stage startups, some of them are multinational firms, but just to show you that Ottawa is home to both multinationals and local innovators, and also some companies like Calian or Field Effect that were born here and have expanded elsewhere as well. We can go to the next slide. So, as I mentioned, uh, there's some trends happening that are shaping our future in cybersecurity. Globally, the AI cybersecurity market is projected to grow by 24% annually, and many of Ottawa's cybersecurity firms are already utilizing or developing AI integrations. Not just using ChatGPT, but actually putting it inside of the software, as I said, for monitoring purposes or for providing intelligent insights. Furthermore, quantum security spending is projected to increase by 24 times by 2029. Right now, there's only a handful of companies in the region that are currently operating in this space, a few being Quantropy, Crypto4a, and Thales. But I just wanted to emphasize that the quantum security industry is a trend that we're expected to see grow in the next few years, and it's a very highly specialized talent that's going to be needed in the coming years. And I just wanted to highlight a couple of R&D initiatives as well. So one of them is Nokia's cybersecurity R&D hub. I think it's been moved to 2028. As we know, everything always takes longer than we think it does. Paris is also working on a cybersecurity innovation center here in Ottawa. So we're definitely seeing R&D growing in the sector. Finally, cybersecurity is part of a broader ecosystem. We're usually selling to different companies in the region, federal government, different agencies. So there's a lot of cross-sector collaboration, and that's particularly beneficial in Ottawa because we have a pretty robust tech sector. So a couple of those are the telecommunications sector. We have 90 to 95% of Canada's R&D in telecoms is done here in Ottawa. So anything in communication security, anything like that, it provides opportunities for companies here to be selling. At the same time, the rise in the defense budget has definitely produced some interest and new budget opportunities for some companies, especially ones that are looking to sell to the federal government or producing cybersecurity solutions that'll be used in dual-use technologies or defense hardware such as drones. So yeah, Ottawa is an ideal location, not only for opportunities in the cybersecurity sector, but also collaboration with the rest of Ottawa's tech ecosystem. And yeah, many of you on the webinar, you're wanting to hear about talent. So let's talk a bit about cybersecurity education. With the rapid rise in demand for cybersecurity professionals and cybersecurity services, we're facing unprecedented talent gaps as well, with the advances in AI especially have been moving extremely quickly. As I mentioned, quantum security, as well as just the rising demand in need of cyber services. So we do have several universities and colleges in the region that are trying to address these talent shortages. And they're often doing that by collaborating a lot between industry and academia. So on the screen, we have a few different examples. Many of you have maybe heard of the U Ottawa IBM Cyber Range, which is an industry academic collaboration model. It's a simulation lab where you can do cyber testing. We also have another partnership between Algonquin College and Field Effect for its own simulated cyber training environment. And then several of the universities also have different labs to do cyber testing. Carleton University's Cyber Reference Lab is one example where they're working in quantum technologies and quantum security. Um, as well on the program side, there's not only degree programs or diplomas, there's also some opportunities for micro programs or of kind of upskilling if you're somebody who hasn't been working in cybersecurity, but maybe you've been working in IT more broadly or working in other sectors of tech and you've been looking to move into the cybersecurity sector. There are industry certificates offered through, for example, Fortinet and Cisco. They're often offered through the universities, but there may be other options as well. There's micro programs, there's some diploma programs. So just to say, if you already have a degree in something similar and you're looking to upskill or kind of move into the sector, we yeah, we have opportunities for that in Ottawa as well. We can move to the next slide. So on the screen, I've put a few different job opportunities in Ottawa. This is definitely not comprehensive, but feel free to scan the QR codes and check out some of the listings. Definitely, do your own do your own homework. There's lots of companies in the region that are looking for talent. But also, if you're looking to get into the sector, a big part of that is actually going out and meeting people in the industry, making connections. Ottawa is one of those communities where it's not just about knowing the skills and having the tech side covered. It's also about the soft skills. It's about meeting people in person and finding employment opportunities that way too. So yeah, feel free to reference that later. And just looking at some more networking opportunities, I've listed some conferences and events in the area. So we have B-Sides Ottawa, which is a local kind of grassroots conference next month, the 20th and 21st. We have the Cybersecurity and Identity Summit, which is usually around the spring. There's the CanSec trade show, which is Canada's biggest defense conference, and there's also a cybersecurity wing there. Cyber and Digital Outlooks is coming up next week. I think it's sold out, but if you're going there and got an invite from CADSI, that's a great opportunity too. And then check out for next year. Sometimes we'll have events like Accelerate Ottawa that would be a little bit more geared towards startups and you can go and meet people in person, hear about what they're working on, maybe find some opportunities or just make some interesting connections. And as well, definitely check out the Invest Ottawa events calendar. We're constantly updating it with different workshops, with some public events that you can go to. And that'll be a great opportunity for just, going and meeting people. Most of the events are free, so definitely check it out. In terms of meetup and networking groups, we have Tech Tuesday and Tech Thursday. Tech Thursday is a very new group actually. I think in just the past couple of weeks, they were running in Calgary and now they've started another branch here in Ottawa. But those would be fantastic opportunities. Just get a bit more immersed in Ottawa's tech sector, make some more connections. And then for cybersecurity specific initiatives, there's the Canadian Cybersecurity Network, which yeah, is kind of across, well, definitely across Canada, but the leader of that kind of moves between Ottawa and some other areas. But you can even just enter that on LinkedIn. Like just try and join the join the group on LinkedIn and be part of the community. We also host a couple of cybersecurity groups here at Invest Ottawa. The one is the Cybersecurity Forum, previously known as the Cybersecurity Meetup, and another is the new B-Side Cybersecurity Meetups. So those are often posted on LinkedIn. Definitely, sign up for those if you can. Those will be a little bit more intimate events where you can, make some more connections where it's not quite as many as a conference. And if you're a woman working in cyber and defense, I highly recommend the WIDS mentorship program or just attending some of the coffee chats. It's something I personally go to when I'm able, and yeah, you'll just meet amazing women across all of these different organizations. So yeah, that's what I've prepared today, and we can definitely open it to questions. Um, yeah, so thank you, Sahar.
Thank you so much, Sienna. Thank you for all your insights and all the information that you shared. We're now going to go to the chat. Kim is going to join us as well. A few questions coming through. Just bear with me, please. So, um, just reading through the questions. So we have a question from somebody who is a cybersecurity professional with an MBA in cybersecurity management in France, and they've specialized in auditing, vulnerability management, incident response, all of that. And they would like to know, is it possible to immigrate to Canada, particularly Ottawa, and to work in this field? Are there opportunities for them there? I'm going to stop sharing my screen as well.
Yeah, no worries. Um, yeah, Sahar, I don't know if you want to speak a little bit more to the immigration side, but something valuable to note is a lot of positions here in Ottawa will require security clearance, especially if companies are working on contracts with the federal government. So you kind of have to look at different postings, see what the requirements are. And security clearance isn't usually something that you can apply for yourself. You're usually going to have to go through your employer and they would sponsor you to be able to get that. As somebody who's overseas, um, it's going to be pretty difficult to get secret or top secret clearance unless you're a citizen. Sometimes if you're a permanent resident, you can get reliability status, which is kind of a lower level of security clearance where it's not as confidential or crucial data. But definitely look at the postings, look at what the requirements are, especially if you're not dealing with like federal government or highly sensitive information. There might be some more opportunities, but it's kind of on a case by case basis. And yeah, Sahar or Kim, I don't know if you want to jump in on the immigration side. But yeah, that's a little bit about security clearance.
Yeah, maybe I can just jump in. So, to echo Sienna's sentiment as well about security clearance, yes, it is definitely something that most positions require. But as you're going through, you will see that there are certain organizations that don't necessarily always work with projects on that government level where you need the clearance. Or maybe it's just a general like cybersecurity position, right? Like every company needs cybersecurity professionals. So even if you're not with a cybersecurity company that works directly with government or NATO levels clearances, you can still work in that field. And you will see that not just, in Canada or in Ottawa, you will see that all over the world where that's, of course, an opportunity. So I just wanted to stress that anytime, like we always had a webinar the other day about defense and aerospace as well. So security clearance came up there as well. For both those fields, those sectors, you will have opportunities to work in it even as a newcomer. Canada is a country of newcomers, so we are very cognizant as well of being able to provide opportunities for those that are new to the region or have yet to relocate here, right, as well. If you're looking for support on relocation, so the government of Canada is very great in providing several services like different resources and handbooks on how to apply for their different pathways. But if you want that extra support, as Sahar mentioned at the beginning of our presentation, we do work and partner with Green and Spiegel, who are an amazing firm, Canada's oldest and largest law firm actually for immigration. They have provided us with several blogs as well, so check out our blog as well, and our Work in Ottawa website for more information, but they can also work with you one-on-one to get you your permit, permanent residency, citizenship, whatever application you're looking to get.
Okay, perfect. And then we have a question related to opportunities in responsible AI or ethical AI. They hold, and I triple AI ethics auditor certification, I would think, or they are that. Sienna, you would know this better than I do. But what are, some of the opportunities in this particular field of AI?
Yeah. Personally, I feel a little bit less qualified to speak on that, but in terms of responsible AI, we have a member, another colleague on our team who specializes in the AI and software sectors, and responsible AI is one of the focuses there. So feel free to reach out to me, and I'd be happy to connect you with somebody who can provide a bit more specific insight on that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And I know, Sienna, you did mention that if people are looking to make a career move or do a career transition, the types of certifications that they could undertake. So could you speak a little bit about that again? Because we have people who have a degree in economics, but they did an internship in cybersecurity, or somebody who's working in software and they want to move to cybersecurity. So some insights that you can provide again, that would be great.
Yeah, so might depend on your background. If you're coming from something like economics, I think they're gonna want to see that there's that you have some experience or exposure to the field. I'm not sure if that would be a full degree program, but definitely check out at the different universities. There's diploma programs, there's micro programs. As I mentioned, there's Cisco certificates that I believe they might offer outside of the universities as well, but I know that they offer through U Ottawa. But those might be a little bit less, less time consuming and something that you can do post degree to get in the field. But I know a lot of other people are asking questions about, just breaking into the field. And I think a lot of it is really about networking today. As people mentioned, there's one question saying, there's always over 100 applicants to every position. So how do you get noticed? I think a lot of it, especially as I've seen in Ottawa, a lot of it is about knowing people and getting out to networking events, going and meeting potential employers. That can be like career fairs, but in general, like some of the tech events that we mentioned, definitely attend those. And the more connections that you make in the industry, it also gives you a little bit of credibility. Um, in terms of, yeah, maybe switching to cybersecurity from an IT field, look at some of the positions that I put on the QR codes, because a lot of those, even though they're for cybersecurity companies, a lot of them are looking for software engineers or something that's very tangential to cyber. So that might be a way of kind of easing into it. And if you're wanting to do cyber, you might be able to take that on as a bit more of a portfolio once you're in, especially if you have a bit more experience. Um, yeah, I don't know if I missed another question, but
It's okay.
um,
We have quite a few questions popping up both in the
yeah.
chat and in the Q&A. So thank you to everybody who is sending in their queries. There is a question regarding cloud security, and are there any
Mhm.
companies in Ottawa that specially focus on this and have opportunities in the cloud security domain? So any information you can provide on that?
Um, yeah, a lot of companies operate in cloud security just because it's it's how we manage a lot of our information today. Um, I think it might be helpful to just look through look through a list of logos and go through companies' websites. Um, like most companies will offer will like operate in these fields or operate in several different ones unless they're highly specialized. Um, but yeah, anything in cloud, software security, application security. Um, I can maybe prepare a little bit more of a um, list of companies, but um, See,
Yeah, perfect. And we would be happy if you can send that list over to Kim and myself, then we would be happy to share that information in our post-event email that we send out with a copy of the recording as well. That would be included in that message. So those of you who didn't have an opportunity to attend the first half of the presentation, you can watch the whole webinar over there. We'll share the link with you. Kim, a little interesting question for you, and I think we've heard this before as well, that people are applying for jobs, right? And they're not really hearing back from the employers. So, and they have the internship experience, if they've done the training specifically in this particular instance in cybersecurity. But what can they do in terms of resume preparation or interview preparation? Like, how can they stand out from a bunch of other people applying?
It's such a good question, and it's hard, right? Like you keep hearing people are hiring, but then you apply, and like what Sienna mentioned earlier in one of the questions was, you see there's 100 people apply already. So like, how do you compete with them? First off, just to answer that question, because I did want to add a little insights from us who have recruitment experience. Sometimes when you see 100+ applicants on LinkedIn, it's not actually 100+ applicants. Or sometimes it's people using bots to apply, so there's not actually quality applicants either. So don't ever be scared when you're seeing something like that on LinkedIn where it says 50+ or 100+ applicants to not apply. Like, don't filter yourself out. Still, please apply if you believe that you're qualified for that position. Make sure you submit your resume. Talking about resume, so it's challenging, right? Like, especially if you're new to the field, if you're a young grad applying for jobs, it's a very competitive market right now. It really is. What I would recommend, and it goes a little bit to Sienna's advice as well, of networking is, especially when you're in cybersecurity, go attend those hackathons. Like, we have hackathons organized quite regularly, both virtual, in person, in Ottawa, elsewhere. Employers really look at that experience as well. That's actually one of the best ways to show that you're going above and beyond as well when you're applying for roles and when you're working on projects. It gives you this practical experience, but it also gives you a chance to speak with others in your field or future employers as well. Other than that, we have a blog that we published probably already a year ago, but we can send that in the post event message as well. It's on how to write a resume that gets caught by your applicant tracking system. So more and more employers are using AI in their screening processes. So it's important to know how to write your resume and format your resume in a certain way so that your resume is actually being seen by people as well, and it's not already immediately filtered out by AI. So that can give you some tools as well and some guidelines. That's useful for anyone who's, it's been a while since you've applied last, because resumes look different now, but also for those that are young grads or that are new to the region as well, because Ottawa resumes look different from elsewhere in the world. So or not Ottawa, like Canadian resumes look different from elsewhere in the world. So it's important to be aware of that formatting, and really be aware of what can help you create the best resumes to make yourself stand out. General advice, like very, very general, but high level, is make sure that you're focusing on results. So don't just say what you did, but say what that managed to do, right? So in cybersecurity, if you were able to update processes so that certain emails were being caught better by, the virus scanner, or making sure that you've been educating employees, anything that can show, hey, we've reduced the number of risk or we've reduced the number of incidents, is going to be really catching the eyes of the recruiter looking at your resume. There are lots of organizations out there, by the way, that can help you with this as well. Like, we have some resources on work in Ottawa, but there's so many organizations out there. So happy to give you some insights on those as well.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And then a question related to security clearances. I know we spoke about this during the presentation as well. But there is someone who has prior experience working as a cybersecurity specialist in Montreal, and if they're looking to, work in the Ottawa job market, most of the companies here are working with the government, and there is a security clearance requirement. So is that true, or can they find jobs within the sector that do not require security clearance? If you could speak about that, please.
Yeah, I think we just addressed that a little bit as well. So there is a mix, and it's always one of those things, especially when you're new to Ottawa. All you know is, hey, it's the capital city, so it must be all government, right? Because all the government buildings are here, Parliament is here. While government is a very large employer of our region, and therefore it makes the city very stable as well. Like unemployment rates are never that truly high in Ottawa compared to the rest of the country. It's always slightly lower here. I wouldn't say that the only way you can work in cybersecurity is the government, or the government is really the main way to find your job here. There's lots of companies like Sienna mentioned already in the larger space, or like a Thales, a Telesat as well. But you also see companies more in the startup space too. So like we have a lot of smaller cybersecurity firms that are just starting up, that are maybe like teams of 10, 20 people, very small teams, very much that startup environment as well. And they have the opportunities too to work on those projects that are necessary with government. So no matter where you are, like if you're not in a company that is within the government, but like outside private sector, you will still find that they will work with projects where you don't need to work for government, you don't need security clearance. In the end, you are, it's cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is very important for national defense, for national security. So it's always going to come up, especially if you move up higher in the ladder. But I wouldn't ever defer from applying for jobs because of it. Just make sure you're working towards being eligible for security clearances. And find the creative solutions, right? Like go for a different type of project, maybe a project coordinator, for example, rather than the security engineer, to make sure that you're building that experience in your field without necessarily being limited by the security clearances. Did we have more questions, Sarah?
I think we're just going to go to a last question, more of a comment. If Invest Ottawa connects people, but there's somebody who's looking to mentor people in the cybersecurity space because they have 5 years of experience working in this domain, and they would love to help out and mentor people who are entering in this field or who would like to make a transition. So any information on that?
We don't have an official mentorship program. However, I'm sure that plenty of the people that are here today would love a mentor as well. So please reach out just to maybe reach out to us. Like we have our post-event message. Send a reply to that, and we'd love to chat a little bit more and see what we can do.
Yeah, that would be great. And I think anybody attending from the universities or anything like that, that might be a nice connection as well for up and coming students. Yeah, definitely happy to chat about that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. I think we're going to wind up now. Thank you, Sienna, for joining us today and for sharing your insights. Kim, thank you for being part of our Q&A. For those of you who joined late, Kim was not feeling the best, so she couldn't present today in the beginning, but here she is answering all your queries. We hope you enjoyed today's session. Like I said, we're going to be sharing some information in our post-event email, our messaging that we always send out. So keep your eyes out for that. We also share the links that we put in the chat to join our talent pool, to follow us on LinkedIn, just to stay updated to all that is happening within Ottawa's tech sector, and also, all keep you updated with the events that are taking place in West Ottawa and outside of in West Ottawa as well. So thank you so much for joining us. We hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye. Take care.
Thank you so much.